Shalom, family. I know I didn't give much notice, so I have an update on Shaq Brewster. His harasser has been identified, and I'm just going to go over that with you briefly. This will not be a long live stream at all. All right. I hope everybody is doing well. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, the man that ran up to him, Shaq Brewster, has been identified. All right. I know people were saying, oh, well, it's Mississippi. Well, this dude ain't even from Mississippi. Okay. He's not from Mississippi at all. He's from Ohio. He just happened to drive down to Mississippi. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is a complete loser. He has no job. So he was not even down there on business. They were able to locate his ex-wife, and she had no comment. So yeah, he's from Ohio, not even from Mississippi. I remember years ago, how these people believe by default, because they're white, they're automatically better. And that is so not true at all. Okay. Okay. No, see, this society makes you believe a lot of falsehoods. For real. They do. When you look at Shaq Brewster, number one, the man is in shape. And by default, that makes him better than this fat titty man from Ohio. Okay. By default, physically, he's in better shape. Number two, he's down there in Ohio down in Mississippi doing an actual job. And this fat loser don't have a job, just driving around. I guess he's getting a thrill driving through a hurricane. I mean, complete loser. And he has a prior record. And it's pretty much the same thing that you saw him do to this reporter. So he got a prior record. That being said, he could never be better. Okay. He could never be better by default. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this story. I'm going to show you who this man is. And this came out on NBC News. I knew they were going to try to identify this man because he attacked one of their reporters. And I knew, okay, they're going to find out who he is. And they sure did. All right, let me share my screen and then we'll get started. Please give me a 1 if you can see the screen. Shalom, everybody. Shalom to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. All right, here we go. So NBC News found out who this person was, and a warrant has been issued for his arrest. And I'll tell y'all about his prior, which is very similar to what he did. All right, so arrest warrant issued for Ohio man accused of confronting NBC Shaquille Brewster on live TV. All right, so his name is Benjamin-Eugene-Dagley. And he's one of these Ed Cagney types. That's what he is. He's one of these Edward Cagney Matthews types.
Shaquille Brewster and Shaq, what part of Mississippi?
All right, so that is just what we saw in my video that I posted. So I'm not going to even play that. It just happened to pop up. Okay, so let's get to this. Mississippi police issued an arrest warrant Tuesday for an Ohio man who they said confronted NBC News Shaquille Brewster on live television. The man, Benjamin-Eugene-Dagley. Now, they said Begley. in one part, and then they said Dagley. So I don't know if that's an error or what. One of the names got to be wrong. So anyway, of Worcester, Ohio, will be charged with 2 counts of simple assault, 1 count of disturbing the peace, and 1 count of violating an emergency curfew, Gulfport police said in a statement. So he should not have even been out. Okay, they had a state of an emergency, which means during that hurricane and even after it was over, people were supposed to stay in because of the hazard conditions around the state. Okay, so he's also, listen to this, y'all, he's also in violation of his probation. He's on probation in Ohio. He had no business being in Mississippi. Okay. No, this man could never be better. Okay. Never. So he traveled without authorization. So whenever you travel and you're on probation, you got to get authorization to even go to another state, technically. He didn't do none of those things. What an idiot. But so they said as of Tuesday afternoon, he was not arrested. He could not be immediately reached by his listed phone number, which may not even be a good number at this point. So they were able to track down his ex wife in Ohio. She had no comment. Now, court documents in Ohio showed that 54-year-old once pled guilty to vandalism, inducing panic, and attempted assault. I tell you what, some people, they're not going to, they're going to be like I said, an Edward Cagney Matthews type that just keeps repeating the same offense over and over and over. I mean, this guy is not even supposed to be there. And look at what he did when he got there because he spotted a black man. And that, at the end of the day, that's what it's really all about. Cleveland.com reported that Dagley was arrested on suspicion of drilling holes in tanks of dangerous chemicals in 2017. Woo! Mm-mm-mm. The break-in occurred in Cleveland Plating, an electroplating company that Dagley once owned, according to the report. So he drilled holes in some container that had dangerous chemicals. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, representatives for Cleveland Police, and what is this? It's Hoga. I don't know if I'm saying that right. If you're from Ohio, please let me know if that's the right pronunciation. County prosecutors could not be reached for comment as of Tuesday. It's not immediately clear why Dagley was in Gulfport, Mississippi, nearly 1,000 miles away from Worcester, Ohio. Mm-mm-mm. And in the middle of a major storm. So who the hell does that? A major storm, Ida is going on, and in your mind, I need to jump in my truck and drive down to Mississippi. It's not like you're a rescue worker. It's not like you work in Mississippi. It's not like you are anything down there to the people that live there. You're nothing. But you're going to drive down there and then spot some black man and jump on out the truck. Man, please, y'all need to get these. You know what y'all need to do? You need to do something about all these crazies you got within your community. That's what you need to do. Do something about these old crazy fat titty men, that are always running around here causing a problem. Okay, Brewster was doing a live MSNBC shot from Gulfport. Yeah, he was doing an actual job. He wasn't running around being a criminal. Reporting on Tropical Storm Ida in coastal Mississippi when a man pulled up in a white pickup truck and sprinted towards him. The man got in Brewster's face before Brewster calmly ended the report. The man could be heard shouting at Brewster to report accurately. You don't even know what he was reporting on. You didn't hear what he said from that truck. Report accurately on what? The hurricane? He was doing that. And that's not none of your business. Man, and it just goes to show you this man has no life whatsoever. Anybody that comes at you and do the things that this man has done, this man don't have no damn life. He need to do something about his weight and them big old titties he's running around with. So that's really the update. They have not tracked him down yet, but yeah, his pregnant looking ass ain't even from Mississippi. He drove down there and then got there to be a nuisance. Please, this now see, somebody like this is no good to society. What is he contributing? What is he doing that's useful? At least the black man is doing something that's useful. What is this man doing that's useful? Who benefited from what he did? And if that's a benefit, that's really effed up. That's a benefit to somebody. I mean, really. So we'll see if they actually catch him. And, being that he violated his probation and he crossed state lines without permission, they need to put him in jail. Okay? They need to put him in jail. Because if this is the kind of stuff he's doing, he's of no use to society. In fact, he's a danger to society. And people like this man should be, instead of putting innocent black men that are exonerated 50 years later, this is the one you need to put in there for 50 years. This one right here. Okay, this one right here. He's nothing but a criminal. And good. I hope they get him. I hope they get him down there in Mississippi. Let him experience prison in a Mississippi jail. That would serve his ass right. Put him down there. Yeah, y'all track him down and put him in jail in Mississippi. So, being that he violated his probation, you can best believe they're going to deal with that. They will deal with that big time. And I'm wondering if he had because it didn't mention it in the article, but I'm wondering if he even had a monitor on him and possibly have taken the monitor off, because some of them will slip in and out of those monitors when they're good and ready. Because, I mean, after all, he was the one that drove there and drew attention to himself. Now, if you had that kind of background that he got, would you jump out and make yourself known on TV? I mean, definitely rocks up in that brain. I mean, would you got that kind of record, would you jump out in front of a camera like that with his track record? I mean, seriously. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Dark-skinned brother, you said as soon as he hit the jail here in Mississippi, they're gonna beat his you right. You right. Well, it's just like here in New Jersey, Burlington County Corrections, where Edward Cagney Matthews is. There's a lot of black inmates that would kick his ass there. Trust me on this one. I know they got to have him separated because they would have pounced right on his butt. See, he wouldn't be doing all that mess in prison around those black inmates. I promise you that. He gonna leave them black inmates alone. He ain't gonna say nothing to them. Nothing. Nothing. All that tough talk outside of the prison. In the prison, he wouldn't dare do a fraction of what he did in that community. He wouldn't dare do that behind bars. Those black inmates would in there would wear his ass out. They would wear him out. Yeah, the beast. Unfortunately, you did miss most of it. You just got to roll back. Just go back and review it. Well, I don't know. But with him being on probation, I don't think he was working. I don't think he had a job. In order for him to drive all the way down during Hurricane Ida to Mississippi from Ohio, I don't believe this dude had a job at all. He was just probably some old loser sitting around Ohio and on probation. He didn't have nothing going on. In order for him to do what we saw on camera, he don't have nothing going on. He really don't. He's living vicariously through coming at black folks. He's living vicariously by doing that. And that right there should tell you he's got a sorry ass existence. That's what he has. A sorry existence. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I thank all of you for being here, and we'll definitely come together and do this again. Thank you so much, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace, family.